All right, so after we've created our range on HomeWise of the $23,000 to $31,000, and we selected the number in the middle, which was the 27,000, you want to get out a piece of paper, and we're going to transition over here and do an exercise called QWS. So write the $27,000 down in the middle, kind of over to the right-hand side, and you're going to tell the homeowner, listen, most of your quotes that you get are going to be hovering around that 27,000. However, there are some companies out there that charge up to 50% more. So in this case, up to $40,000. And there's some companies out there that charge less than the average. But this, if you're getting quotes way below the average, please run. It's just too risky for a roofing company to give you something way below the average. They literally have to be using the cheapest material out there, and they got to be paying their installers pennies on the dollar. Which is just a nightmare scenario. And I've been to plenty of people's homes where their roofs were literally failing 2 years, 3 years after it was installed because it was installed completely wrong. The material was too cheap and they were dealing with all types of issues. And so you don't want to go through that. So you want to avoid anything that's way below the average. Now, this $27,000 to $40,000, that's still a big range for the same size roof, right? And so there's an acronym called QWS, which helps explain this range. Now, let's say your neighbor has the same size roof as you, and they got the roof for $27,000, but you spent $40,000 on yours. What type of quality would you expect? And you want to ask them this question so that they answer it. And so when you say, what type of quality would you expect? They're going to say the highest. They're going to say the best. You're going to say, yeah, if you spend the most, you should get the best. What type of warranty would you expect? And they're going to say a lifetime warranty, a warranty that covers everything. And you're going to say, yeah, that's partially true, but you want a company-backed lifetime warranty. You don't want just a manufacturer lifetime warranty, because unless that roofing company is, essentially a master elite or has some type of designation on that level, whatever manufacturer warranty they offer you, manufacturers are notorious for trying to wiggle their way out of warranties through improper installation or whatever's in that fine print that they have in all those manufacturer warranties. So when you ask them that question of what type of warranty would you expect, and they're going to say lifetime, they're going to say a warranty that covers everything, you want to make sure you pause here and you address the fact that if you spend the most, you should be getting a company-backed warranty from a company that has actually been in business for a long time. And we've obviously been in business for over 30 years. All right. And then you ask them, hey, what type of service would you expect if you spent $40,000? And they're going to say, it better be white glove, top notch. You say, yeah, we have a 4.9, 4.8 out of 5 stars. We have an A+ in the Better Business Bureau. And on top of that, we're using expert installers to make sure that we install this properly and get the job done right. So now they just agreed that if they spent the most, they get the most, they get the best, they get top notch everything. So now we're going to flip it on them and say, hey, if you spent the average, what type of quality could you expect? And they have to say average. They have to say lower. So yeah, if you spent the average, you get lower quality. What type of warranty would you expect? They're going to say, well, a lower warranty. And you want to say, well, if you weren't actually educated on manufacturer warranties, you would think that the manufacturer warranty they're giving you was a really good warranty. But as we know now, we want to make sure that we're getting a company-backed warranty. And then if you spent the average, what type of service could you expect? And I say, well, service that's not as good. And that's 100% right. If you spend less, you get less. The service also includes the installer. So if you spend less, those installers are probably more likely to be a jack of all trade type of construction worker versus an expert roofer, right? So through this exercise, we just got them to agree that if they spend more, they get more, and if they spend less, they get less. So now let's show them a financial example of this as well. So you say to the homeowner, hey, let's just say you did end up getting a roof for $27,000. And what we know about these average roofs are they're lasting homeowners anywhere from 10 to 12 years. So if you paid $27,000 for a roof today and you have to replace it again in 10 years, how much do you think it's going to cost in 10 years when you have to do it again with the way that cost of goods increase, inflation, all of these different factors? And they're going to say, man, it might be double. It might be 50% more. And yeah, It could absolutely be double, but we'll be conservative and let's just say it goes up a little bit. Let's just say it goes up to 37,000 in 10 years, which is very realistic. That's literally $64,000 that you just spent on 2 roofs in 10 years. You could have got the most expensive roof for $40,000, which is more of your lifetime solution, and saved yourself $24,000. So you can see you end up spending more on multiple roofs when you go cheaper. Now, at this point, the homeowner might start to feel a little scared because they don't want to spend $40,000, on a new roof. And so this is where we wrap it all up for them and tie them down. And you say, hey, if you're like most of my customers, you do want the highest quality, you do want real warranty, and you want great service to go along with it, but you don't want to spend top dollar. And that's the great thing about our company. We are the #1 installer and buyer of the GAF Timberline roofing system. So we literally get the material for less than anyone else on that market. And everyone knows that if you buy stuff in bulk, you get it for less. And because we buy so much from them, we get it less for anyone else. We get it for less than anyone else. And on top of that, with some of the promotions we have going on, we can get this price down as close to average as possible without sacrificing on the quality, the warranty, and the service that we're offering. So as you can see, installing a lifetime roofing system for the price of an average roof would be a wise decision. Wouldn't you agree? And they're going to say yes to that. And so that's called a commitment statement at the end, where I'm saying, installing a lifetime roofing system for the price of an average roof would be a wise decision. Wouldn't you agree? And when they say yes, they're essentially calling themselves wise, and they're saying that they want a lifetime solution. So after you've done all of that, then we transition over to the product demonstration. But this is an exercise that we call QWS that price conditions them to think that the roof is going to be somewhere between 27 and 40,000. We got them to agree that if they spend more, they get more. And it helps eliminate quotes because you showed them the information from homewise.com with their zip code in it, showing them that these are what the ranges are going to be within this market. So when you ask for their business today and they say, well, I want to get more quotes, you've already gone through this exercise of, look, if you go out and you get a quote that's way less than 27,000, that's risky. You don't want to do that. And if you go out and get a quote that's way more than us, well, obviously you're not going to pay for that because we're already giving you, the highest quality of real warranty and top-notch, service to go along with it. So this is a tool that you could take back out during your close if they give you any type of objection related to price or related to getting other quotes.